Hi, and welcome back to Yoga with Kate, Soulshine Strategies. If you have not already, please like, subscribe. Really helps me a lot. And thank you for being here with me. I'm coming to you right a couple days before the full moon. So we are going to try to kind of explore and feel into that a little bit. If you don't know, let me walk you through how we work with the moon. So full moon, every cycle is going to have a wax and a wane, right? Where it's getting bigger, where we get into this full, large and full reflection of the sun, and then it'll wane away and it's going to like go away. And when it goes away from us, that's kind of when we let stuff go. So just before the full moon is a really nice time to think about what you want to grow and what you want to um, receive the full brightness of the sun. So it is at the full brightness of your intention, right? And then it is also a really nice time to think about what you may want to release because at that full moon point, we're going to also let go. So it's really nice at the full moon, and this is what I'm going to be doing, is to anything you want to let go, maybe burn it away, anything that you want to manifest, maybe write it down, put some water on it, or put it out even under the moon. That is actually my plan. So, as we come into it today, I am going to put a little bit on your mind past just that expression. It's cool because this Saturday is the full moon, it's the 15th. And then we also have Mercury will be out of retrograde, thank the heaven, right? And so if you didn't know, Mercury is the planet all about communication in the mind. So um, the reason that's one of the big reason we don't like Mercury is he's really trying to make sure and clean out the house, right? So if there's anything that we haven't communicated or been clear about, or there's thoughts, right? That stuff all comes up now. And Mercury goes and like visits all the planets to find out all that stuff that they're looking for you too. So he always delivers in retrograde. So it's that's going to end on Saturday. And then we also have the full moon, the full illumination on Saturday. And what's really cool is that is in the moon position is going to be in Gemini, which happens to be kind of managed by Mercury, who is going to go direct that day. So that's a nice little synergy. And there's one more. Jupiter is still retrograde. And Jupiter, if you look at the moon right now, the last few nights I've checked it, it's been hanging out like right by the full moon. And so that's a really good sign that Jupiter is also in Gemini right now. So it makes sense that they would be near one another, right? So Jupiter is the planet of expansion, luck, wisdom, and your superior knowledge, and really wants to keep you like moving towards opportunities, moving towards growth, keep you optimistic. So hopefully you will have a lovely full moon. And I think maybe being equipped with this information. So let me say that again. It probably maybe this week, through the rest of this week, you may have some final things wanting to be said because of Mercury. You remember that connection into the Gemini space, right? Which is also where Jupiter is hanging out. So these guys are all hanging out right around the full moon. So it's cool that we've got this really cool cross pattern and synergy, right now. So all of that said, um, what have you, what have you had on your heart for a long time, or what has maybe, uh, been something that you have felt again recently that hasn't come up in a while, that may be worth revisiting? And then it it is worth always saying when we're dealing with planets in and out of retrograde, Mercury, right, leaving retrograde, there is a shadow period before and after a retrograde point. So we think about a retrograde, this is my favorite way to explain it. So if you imagine that a planet is normally like moving in this kind of motion, when it retrogrades, it goes, it goes, it has this period where it goes, it stops, and then it goes back the other way, right? And then after retrograde, it's going to go, and it's going to go back the other way. So it does go direct, but it has this period where it kind of lulls before it goes back in that forward motion. So think about that like us. We may have a period where we lull in the place of communication in the mind before we go back into this forward space. So that's all going to be happening around the full moon. So if you have a lot on your heart and your mind, I think that tracks. I mean, I think that would totally track. And if you felt the mind racing, that makes a lot of sense. So how I would look at this, or what I would prescribe to somebody having said all that, would be to maybe get out of the mind and try to like serve the body a little bit down into the heart space. And then you may be able to connect deeper into what all that noise is. Because if it is just loud right now, and it's not, you don't feel like you're able to feel into your essence and into navigating things as you should, um, that tracks. That totally tracks. And like, even as I sit here and I say that to you, my legs kind of got like, I want to stretch out, right? Like my body's like, okay, that's going to be uncomfortable. So if you feel that same inclination, please join me. All I'm going to be using for this practice is probably this blanket behind me. I just have a blanket folded up on its end. And then I have my backside rested down, and I have the cushy part of my bum moved out of the way. Let me back a little bit so you guys can see my full body there. Yeah. So you kind of use that to like, I do say push the cushy part out of the way, but you want to have your tailbone flat on the earth. And we'll just start with our feet out wide and notice if there's any tingliness, numbness after I said some of those things. I think it's good to feel into our body as we hear stuff. If ever there is something that is said and you're like, and you hear or you feel pain in your shoulder or whatever, notice that stuff, because all that is really tying into our inner knowing, our chakra body. And, if it hurts in your heart, if it zings in your heart, are you feeling something in your heart or something's either closing or opening there? So rant over as we come into this. Excuse me. We will tip the chin down, rest your hands on your legs. They may be just as mine are right now. And find your way into the natural rhythm of your breath. Find more length in your breath once you get there. So, drawing up through the center column of the body into the heart, and drawing back down, center into the pelvis. Inhale straight up to the heart. Exhale back down to the belly. Some diaphragmic breathing. Drawing up in the chest. Deflate back in towards the low body. While we're here, we'll go ahead and let the left hand, the left hand slide down the left leg. And we'll relax into that side. As you inhale, fall towards the opposite side, letting your hand melt down the leg. Bring your body back to center. And then just find a little swaying movement from side to side. Feeling into each hip, noticing the body stay into you. Trying to ground into the earth. I am safe here. I'm safe in my body. I am supported by the earth beneath me. I deserve to take up space here. Walk through the earth with confidence and ease. I connect with my inner humility and humanity. I have a incredible sense of humor as we move the hands onto the hips and move that movement into your hands. So notice as you go from side to side, we're going to pinch onto that hip. Hold on. We're going to pinch onto that hip. And you're kind of rested on that hip when you go from side to side. Find your stillness. Breathe in the middle. Belly. Let the belly really come out. Get big. Expand. Both hands relax just below the belly button on your belly. And allow the low belly to draw back towards the spine, towards the sacrum. We're kind of relaxed here. We're going to just take a moment to tip back. Connecting into that humor again. Start there. And feeling confident in your essence and your being, what makes you you. Feeling even a little attractive, maybe even sexy as you tip back into this space. Draw the body back up. Hands find their way to the legs. We're going to bring our feet together now. Ooh, clickety clack already in the hips for me. Now, you have some power of choice here. Whether you bring your feet in really tight is up to you. I usually don't start here. If you're a former athlete or something like that and your body naturally does that, go ahead and give your permission to move a little bit further away from the body and start in more of a diamond position than a really tight butterfly or something. And as we relax here, hands rested on the front of the knees. We'll inhale, draw the belly button forward, tip the chin. Exhale. Draw your belly button back towards the spine. Again, find that center core. Inhale, draw forward. Chin comes up. Exhale. Going through the belly, drawing the chin to the chest. And coming forward. Exhale. Draw back. Swing the belly button around. Now to the right side. And off to the left and back. And the more that you swing the belly around, like you're kind of using the belly button, like it's the knife trying to get all the peanut butter out of the jar last time. Inhaling forward, swing around. Getting all that goodness. And exhale, drawing back. We'll find our way to that left side and go the opposite way. Swing around to the back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Around. Inhale. Forward. Now maybe it's Nutella. Maybe you're a Nutella person. Inhale forward. And back. Drawing back. Bringing your body up. Finding some space in the shoulder space in the sides. We're going to go ahead and bring the legs out in front of you if you want to still have that blanket under you. I'm just Make it so you can see me a little better, hopefully. And we're going to inhale both hands up to the sky. Bring your fingers, pinkies forward. All the shoulders up. Chin comes up. Line up, 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 out of the shoulders, creating space just below the heart space there. So in the ribs, we're going to feel longer, leaner. And inhaling forward. We'll hold here and exhale in the hold. Inhale, reach your hands up. Chin comes up. Exhale. Draw down and level. Still creating that space in the body. Inhale up. Long, long, long. Exhale. Finding space there in the midsection, drawing back towards the spine, or sorry, the belly, the front body towards the back body. And bring the hands back behind you. Okay. So you can have your fingers going towards your hip here. Or you could take your fingers around towards the back. So this is my preferred method, but you may like it the other way. I've seen both done. To kind of learn your body, learn what it likes. We are built so different, right? So we're going to bring the feet in a little bit closer to the body. Inhale, press the hips up to the sky. Finding that reverse tabletop. And you're looking for your hips to be even with the knees, even with the shoulders. So I'm like probably a little high. I need to push up a little bit there. Head hangs down. We'll ease the hips back down on that blanket. And that's a good time to adjust cushy part out of the way. We'll bring your elbows up around the knees. Chin comes up to the sky. We'll look to the sky. Now here, let's imagine we're going to open up a little bit here, but I want you to think about something before we get there. We're going to create the visual before we get where we're going, if I can. So imagine we got your sun coming down here, right? Maybe it's even like this light you see that I have here in front of me. Maybe it's the beaming light, but it's going to help if it's up in the sky. I can assure you, because I'd have to open up for the beaming light, make all this a little harder. So imagine we got the sun up above us, and it's going to be shooting at your heart space. So we really actually want it to shoot just below the heart space, right here above the belly button in our solar plexus area is where we really want to focus. So first, I want you to kind of think about being relaxed there with your elbows around the knees, your shoulder wrapped into the chin, your chin wrapped into the chest. And here, find the breath here as your forehead gets heavier towards the earth and draws in towards the body some more. We'll draw the body up and back on the toes. Now, for some reason, you don't feel comfortable getting in the boat. This would be a good time to use some blocks or some books if you have them around. And you could just come up like this, and you could be here, right? And start creating that space. Now, and I'm going to go ahead and advise you to ditch the blanket. It's not very helpful when we get into boat. All right. So you do not have to have these blocks if you're going to go into the show boat with me. So let me edge down a little bit. So I'm a little bit more centered. Make this better for all of us. So as we tip back, I like to think about the tip toes, right? This could be where you hang out and stay. Could also be up on the block doing very similar, right? We're going to bring the hands out just from the knee. Bring the feet up, right? And then start to think about knees, shoulders, head, shoulders, knees. Knees and shoulders are going to stay in this together, all right? So if they do, you should stay in pretty good balance. If you draw the knees down, draw the shoulders down, hands can come out more, feet can go away more, so shoulders go down more. We're going to hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw back up. Bring those knees into the chest. A loose, comfortable position. So we don't want to be in too tight, a little bit further on the body and just allow the knees fall into the elbows. And you're just keeping the knees from falling out. Find a sway, come back into your breath. New for you. Happy and proud of you for joining me. All right, let's keep traveling up the body now. So we'll keep our feet in that bound angle. Bring them back into that bound angle. And draw your heart, draw your chest up to the sky. And you're going to think about that opening there. And so what's nice about when you have, the knees out wide, you can rest your arms there, right? And the more you can even rest them on the back of the thighs. Hands could rest down, creating more space. And notice if you feel slouchy anywhere, it's drawing you down through the belly, and remind yourself of that and kind of bring the body up. Find length through your spine. Take your chin to the sky. Put back on that sun. Think about that sun beaming down on the body, through the heart space, into the chest, into that solar plexus. I have no fear. I am full of joy. I do not need to be in control of everything in order to be safe in this. I can allow others to lead. Moving into the heart now. And we'll just take our hands right there to the heart space. Relaxing the heart. And applying, allowing a little forgiveness to the self. Allowing a little forgiveness, someone you hurt or wronged recently. Allowing a little forgiveness for the self. Someone you've hurt a long time ago. And there is something you've sat with for a long time that you've let define your existence and who you are. Allow some of that to melt away. Ever a change or a foot to coming. And with that, provide comfort for the body, giving it more ease, more relaxation. Bending in those areas, calming breath, letting the hands melt down the body. Your legs can be however you like them to be. We're going to draw the top of the head over the left shoulder. Allow the ear to hang towards the shoulder. Getting as close as it feels good. And then bring the chin up and over drawing the ear down to the opposite side, other ear, other side. And it will help drawing down a little deeper. Take that chin, look up in the room, center. Take your chin to the sky, and out in front of you, and back down to the heart. Slowly. And we're going to take the lower lip. And as you come forward, inhale, bulldog bite. You're going to draw the chin underneath your chin up to the sky. And we're going to think about the throat now and the area. Maybe anything you've oversaid, overshared, you know, your self. Close that down and let that melt away. And then we'll draw the chin, the mouth open. Sighing out the mouth. And with each sigh, letting go of something, expressing something you've held on for a long time. Say the thing, release the thing. Don't hang on to the thing anymore. Let it go. Draw the mouth closed and the chin neutral. Now join me in one. Oh, okay. It's a long, long into an M. You've never done this before. We'll do it again at the end. So hopefully I remember that I said that we'll do that. I think it's nice with prayer. We'll inhale and then release and draw a big on the exhale. All right, ready? Join me. Inhale up. Exhale. All right. And now we're going to go onto the mat and we're going to find our way back on the feet. And if you're not really comfortable doing a child's pose, I'm going to walk you through a kind of an alternate option. Certainly if the books or blocks are still around, that you may need them here, but you may not need them at all. So we're going to do child pose. So if you know what that is and you want to just go ahead and drive your body there, please by all means, go ahead. Wait for the rest of us to figure out what we're doing. So we are going to, you could do this, just bring some blocks back, step back into the hips. We want to have the third eye down on the earth. So maybe you have your hands down and your third eye's down. Maybe your hands are out onto the mat and your forehead is down on the mat. All right. Now, if you are using the blocks and you're like, Kate, well, that doesn't track. You certainly can have your hands crossed over one another here. And you could be supporting the forehead here, like this. This actually feels pretty nice. So we're going to hang out here a minute. The other thing you could try is if you've been doing yoga for a bit and you're just, wanting something a little bit more advanced, this is going to feel really nice also. You could round onto your rabbit. I just want to press as much as we can there at the forehead, at where the hairline, that's the word, the hairline. instead of on the top of the head at this point. We're gonna end up there on top of the head in something. Relaxing into this, and as you press the forehead down into the earth and you feel that connection, maybe of your hands into the forehead, into the earth, or maybe your forehead's into the earth. Think about that space there in your eyes back in there, and think about any old memories that have hung out for too long, any dreams that are worth revisiting. Is there a story you love to tell? Is there a fond memory of someone in your family that serves? And from here, we are going to round up. So if you'd like, you can go ahead and round into the top of the head. If you're ready to go for rabbit, your hand settle down beside you in rabbit. You're kind of, you're drawing tight to your child's pose. Round to the top of the head. The elbows relax down. And your hands are to each side. If you're not really into rabbit, if you're like, yo, that one's not fun for me, Kate, you can go ahead and come down from rabbit. All you need to do is just round your head down if you're not into it. Hands will come together here at the top of the mat. You're going to do like a little steeple, okay? That's going to go at the top of the mat. You're going to be up on your knees to start, and we're going to be on the top of the head. You're going to just press into her feet, and we'll hang out here in dolphin for a second. And while you're on the top of the head with that little bit of pressure, you can come down on your knees at any point, on onto the chin. And while we're here on the top of the head, that little bit of pressure, think about the pressure that we put on ourselves and how much that can be. And maybe the pressure we put on ourselves in the mind is actually like blocking what our great expanse is. Okay. So with me here, if you're up still on the head, let's round down, round the chin back, stretching to the chunk of the back of the mat. And if this isn't comfortable, you could be up here. Instead of sitting on the heels of the feet, you could just be on your knees. And thinking about the mind now, right? We've released the pressure. Imagine and release that pressure. We opened up the top of the mind, expanded it to the beyond and more and greater things. So is there more and greater you've always seen? Is there a world you created maybe as a child? You haven't visited in a while. Is there something that comes to you in a dream and play? Maybe you see someone from your past, brings you joy. We're going to find our way back onto the back side. Bring those knees in the chest, elbows around the knees. Round your chin into the chest. Let the forehead hang to the earth. Maybe you find a sway. Easing your knees down, interlacing your fingers at the back of the head. Let your head fall into the hand and let the elbows open out wide. And as the head sits heavy, like a hammock in your hand, and the arms open up. This is our inhale. Exhale, shut your elbows down towards the heart. Inhale, forehead comes up, elbows open up. Exhale, draw the chin into the chest, the elbows come down. Inhale, rounding up. And exhale, melting down at the hands, melt off the head, down to the knees, chin rounds into the chest. Closing the eyes down if they're not already tipped in. What is it that sits with you from this experience? You scanned through all your chakras there with a little mindset work, a little bit of movement in each area. As you breathe, notice what served, what stirred, and hands come across the knee. Inhale, both hands up to the sky. And exhale right through the heart, finding your thumbs at the chest. 5, 1, drawing out of the top of the head. Long spine as you inhale up. All the lights turning on in each chakra. As you exhale back through the spine, embracing this transition into the south. Inhaling up all the way up to the head. Exhale back down. Here's a bond. Here I am, aligned and fresh through each 7 channels, 7 chakras of the body. I feel more equipped to handle this phase of life. And I look forward to the dreaminess that is ahead for me on my path. Take one inhale here. Exhale, release. This time we'll inhale, and on the exhale, find our own. Inhale up. And hold. Settling at the chest. Bringing the hands to the third eye. You find your way into the dreamy visions of Jupiter. Throat. May you find more ease through your communication channel with Mercury. Finally, the heart. May you around sweet wateriness of Gemini. Move through soul center and purpose. And find your flow. Find your ease. And enjoy both the full moon and the weekend meteor shower. May all The love and light in me bows and honors to the love and light in you. Namaste.